out like I'm Dolph, I'm moving keys with a Glock. Gotta keep the trap clean, I'm pushing peas with a mop. We don't do the debit cards, all my pockets filled with knots.
What up, guys? It's been a minute, but if you're back watching, I want to say I love you guys supporting us always. It's been a long couple weeks. I know we missed last week's post, but we're probably going to make it up here. This might be a longer podcast, so got a bunch of hot topics to talk about. Hopefully it's something that interests you, and if it does, drop a like, maybe comment yourself on a few of these topics. We'd love to hear your opinion. We might be not necessarily spread out as far as like all over the place, but probably one subject doesn't really correspond with the other subject. So
yeah, pretty much.
Also, if you guys are new or haven't heard, we do resale. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram called Look and Find. We resell, we buy stuff, yard sales. Go follow those pages, as well as some of this stuff up here are for sale, like this blanket, that game, that hat, this Ninja Turtle. There's stuff up here that we do sell. We're advertising. If you guys are interested, the link to our eBay page should be down in the description. So go and follow that if you can. We got like over 400 items, I think, or so posted.
Close to 500. Yeah.
As well as we have a Macari page, but it is just the same stuff. So it's not like I'm posting stuff he's not posting. It's just so we have multiple platforms to sell our stuff on. So with that being said, let's jump into whatever topic to get it going.
I think we talk about some hip hop, some Tory Lanez.
Okay.
Canadian rapper was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Yep.
Not jail, not fucking state penitentiary.
And this was for shooting Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, Thee
That's how
Stallion.
you say it. He shot her.
In the fucking toe.
Yes. She didn't die,
She didn't even fucking have to go to the hospital. I don't
but
think.
he's serving 10 years.
10 fucking.
And I don't know how to interpret that. I don't know if she was pressing charges
Yeah,
and that's how this ended up, because it was attempted murder, essentially.
pretty much.
And so he's doing 10 years.
Yeah.
And just to give you a little bit of reference, because we're going to talk about this, but maybe it's a good thing to give you a bit of reference right now. Henry Ruggs III, a former Alabama Tide top wide receiver, drafted by, at the time, the Oakland Raiders, essentially moved to Las Vegas. Within the first year, he was speeding down the strip at 144 miles per hour in his Lamborghini, crashed into a girl that had her dog with her and killed the both of them a little over 2 years ago, has now been sentenced anywhere between 3 to 10 years. So essentially, when you think about the two incidences, Megan didn't die. Tory's definitely doing 10 years. Like, it's not...
He didn't have an ultimatum. He didn't have like 8 years or 6
or
to
3
5.
to 10
Yeah.
years. But someone that vehicular homicide,
With the DWI while intoxicated.
yes, is looking at minimum 3 years.
Which you think about it, he's probably going to do like 3-4 years.
I think he's going to do at least half before he could probably file for parole.
Yeah, he'll probably do 3-4, I think.
I think he's going to do more like 6 to 7.
Well, yeah, I think he's already been in there for 2, so they'll probably give him
Oh,
time,
so about
time
3.
served.
Yeah, okay. Maybe, potentially.
Yeah, they'll probably give him time served, so he'll probably do another like 3-4.
Yeah. There was a list, ironically, I ran into yesterday that showed how many, let's put it this way, my bad. Let's start that over a little bit. There was a list of NFL from all 32 teams who had the most and the least arrests since like, I think it was like 2015 or 5 or something. I don't remember.
There's only 2 teams that come to my mind.
Who? The Raiders and Dallas.
There's only 2
No.
teams. Oh, fuck.
If you had a third guess, if you think you know and you're watching, who do you think has the most arrests in the NFL? Comment below.
Fuck, I'm taking a long time. I'm just going to say the team that first came, the Steelers.
Nope. Denver Broncos.
Would've
They
never
had like
guessed.
37 arrests.
Would have never guessed.
And Dallas only had like I say it like it's not a lot. They had like 24.
God.
They weren't even like top 10, I don't think. I don't know where Las Vegas stood, but either way, those are the rankings.
Oh, okay.
Nonetheless, Tory Lanez, popular rapper.
Very popular.
Yeah, like-
he's a superstar. That's a super. He's
Yeah, he's pretty much up there.
He's considered a superstar.
Yeah,
So-
like everyone thinks of Canada and you think of Drake or Justin Bieber, but Tory Lanez wasn't necessarily on their level, but he was a notch below.
he's not far off.
Yeah, like he was pretty poppin'.
Yeah.
And so
They went to a Kylie Jenner party, I believe it was, or Caitlyn Jenner, or who the fuck it was, one of the Jenners. And afterwards, they were in a Sprinter van. The girl that was Tory and Megan got in an argument. Tory pulled a pistol out. The rest of the story is pretty much irrelevant. He shoots her in the foot. She thinks it's not funny because he's posting pictures making fun of her. She takes him to court. A couple years later, I think it's like a year later, he got sentenced. What, yesterday? Today?
yesterday.
Yesterday,
So he's
seventh,
he's doing,
ninth,
but that's the thing. He's doing 10 for sure, and I'm like, man, that seems excessive, but I get it. Now I'm not here to downplay firearms and potentially killing someone because anything could have happened in that situation. You're probably intoxicated. You're already heated from the argument. You know, we've all witnessed in some sort someone dying in those kind of incidences. So in the end, thankfully, nobody truly was injured to that significance. But nonetheless, I don't play. Now, Henry Ruggs, that's different. To me, you maybe not intentionally did it, but I think anytime you're drunk or under the influence of any kind and you take it upon yourself to drive, whether you're coherent enough to realize what you're doing or not is beside the point. If you're going to do it and that happens, I think you should serve more. I think it should have been reversed. I think the sentencing for Henry Ruggs should have been for Tory and Tory should have been for Henry.
Well, I think the only reason Tory Lanez got what he got is because of Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers and probably.
But that's
probably paid millions.
But
and
do
millions
you
of dollars.
think that justifies the judicial system?
No, but at the end of the day, when you have a good lawyer and you can fight for more, then
I guess that's where the system is flawed. To me, it's flawed because it's
it's
like
a paid system.
it's like, oh, okay, well, we're America, but we're also divided amongst states because every state is different. And this is for an example, and for everyone listening in, if you want to take this small clip and, you know, short it up and do a short clip, maybe we'll even do it. This is some information for New Mexicans especially. If in the state of Texas you are arrested for a DWI and you murdered the parents or parent of children, you will now pay child support once you've served your time and get out
Really?
indefinitely. And it starts on September 1st of this year. They just passed a law like last week.
Shout out Texas. Texas is different. You don't have to have any license. This is from Mexican OT. He said you don't even have to have a license to have a pistol, but in that state you have to have a license to get weed, like to purchase weed. It's like he's like Texas is the most beautiful country in the world.
They say that, but then I also think that it's flawed in various
State,
ways.
not country, state. Before I get clipped.
Oh, okay. But they are flawed. I'm not gonna. That's a whole different topic of discussion for another day. But I'm just putting this out there because I know a lot of people, like friends and family and all that other stuff, that they travel to Texas, even El Paso.
Oh, El Paso
Just
popping.
right down the street from where we're at. They are changing this law. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's out there murdering parents and stuff, but I am saying keep it on the top of your head that when you make those choices and you choose to drive, please, if you can somehow avoid it by Uber. And there's so many outlets now. It's
Ridiculous outlets.
Yeah, like
Like you don't even have to call a person you know now. You can literally call. I guess it's kind of weird to say random person, but they're
a stranger.
yeah, but
They're willing.
yeah, they're there.
And this, I shouldn't even go down this road, but I'm not going to go down that road. Anyways, So right now, like I said, I just feel like it's flawed. I'm not saying what Henry Ruggs did is bad or good, and I don't think what Tory Lanez did was good either. But I just it just is weird because it's like two different scenarios, yet one was more significant than the other, but the times are different. Like the time served is going to be different. So I don't know. I just think I don't know. You guys give us your opinion in the comment section. What you think? Were you a fan of Tory Lanez? Were you a fan of Henry Ruggs?
I mean, if you put Henry Ruggs in his perspective, I think he got drafted before CeeDee Lamb, and there was somebody else. I think he was the second receiver after Justin Jefferson that year too. I think they were all drafted in that same year. And he was drafted before like CeeDee Lamb and somebody else.
Well, no, he had high potential. There's no doubt about it. It's just, it's not necessarily sad because I look at it from a clear point of view that he made a decision that day and he's paying the price.
Justin Jefferson wasn't in that draft, was he?
I don't know. You're just making stuff up now and don't believe anything he says from this point on.
But yeah, he was drafted before CeeDee Lamb, but
he's got the internet at his hands, but he's not looking it up.
Nah, I ain't worried about it.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, I don't know. I guess for me it's breaking news because, well, damn, you just killed someone and you didn't kill someone, and the two sentencings were not even near the same, and the cases weren't the same, and
we're gonna see CeeDee Lamb. We're gonna see Henry Ruggs back in the league.
No, the reason I'm gonna say no is because I've seen too many other players that thought we're gonna get back in the league, and they just never did. Josh Gordon. That's one.
He came back. He played last year.
For what? Like very spurts? That's not. I think the NFL is so good at trying things, but then once it doesn't work, they're like, nah, we're throwing that away.
Yeah, he played last year, so it wasn't too bad.
He won't make it back, just like Le'Veon Bell fell off. Antonio Brown's never coming back. All these fools that think that they can play the system. The NFL is a organization that it ain't who is in the NFL. It's the NFL is the NFL.
I think we will because I think NFL is like a business. As long as you do your time served, you're okay to come back. Look at
Greg Hardy never came back.
Well, he kind of went to MMA,
and he didn't even go to jail.
But yeah, it's true. But he went to MMA, so I don't think he really even tried.
Don't matter. I don't think
he tried to come back. You can't
tell me that MMA was willing to take Greg Hardy.
But I don't think he tried to go back to NFL. I think
he went to Dallas and didn't work out.
And then he was like, fuck it. I think he knew he was washed.
What do you guys think? You think that they're gonna bring back Henry Ruggs?
I mean, Mike Vick, he served his time.
He's doing 10 years. He's like
Vick did what, 6, 5 or something like that?
Yeah, 10 years, dog,
at max.
That's if he gets out in time. Like,
how old do you think he is? Like 23, 22?
23. I'd probably.
He does 3 years.
24. 34 years old. Motherfuckers is barely even in the league right now at 34. I don't even know if Julio Jones ain't that old and he ain't even on a team right now.
So if they give him time served and he does half, that's 3 more extra years. So
Henry Ruggs did maybe 2 years. So he's got at least another, well, I guess a year if they only let him do 3.
That's what I'm saying.
If he does 1 to 3 years left, if he can get out before he's 30, then maybe. And I'm still going to probably put it at 1% that no.
I just think they would be looking at it like he did his time served, and if he could play, he could play. And he's still fairly young if he's only 27.
I don't know. I look at it this way, and this is what's happening with running backs as well, as running backs know in the NFL. There's too many players now to worry about somebody that's not worth it. Like, there's just too... Look at quarterbacks. The most significant, valued football player on the field. The best... That's what you need. You cannot win without a quarterback. There's almost too many quarterbacks now.
Yeah,
and you're telling me
3, 4, and
wide receivers? Just draft anyone from Alabama or Georgia and you're probably straight.
You never. We seen Josh Gordon last year and we're like,
Dez Bryant hasn't even got a chance.
He got a chance and he hurt himself.
It's still though, dog. I don't think so. But anyways, I don't even want to talk about NFL right now too much because that'll come in later episodes. Now we're gonna move on to some breaking news that just happened today, but I guess you'll watch this whenever you watch this. Little Tay, if you haven't heard, she's this Asian child that went viral like
I think she's American.
5 years ago. Well, she's like Asian native.
Like a descent, but she's still
She's
American.
not a descent. She's like more like her family was probably come from Asia.
I don't know. I don't know what
She looks Asian.
I think she's American.
I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying, don't matter where her origin is. The matter of fact is, Little Tay, I don't even know her real name.
It was Claire or something.
Oh, yeah, Claire something. She went viral because her brother had put her up to this skit of making her parents sought out to be, like, abusive. Well, mainly her dad. So she was, like, going around. She had, like, a little, like, mini cigarette or a carrot, and she was lighting it, pretending it was a cigar. Yeah. She had all kinds of cash, but it was not hers, and she was just putting it up a front, basically. But her brother and her pretty much put out this very thoughtful, like, elaborate skits throughout, like, a year's process that made them viral. She, like, made it onto a bunch of, like, podcasts and shows and whatever.
She was the biggest flexer on the internet.
Yeah, like, she literally, she would say that.
Yeah, she was literally is still, I guess.
I don't know if she is, because
she's still alive, so.
Well, hold on. You're jumping way too far ahead now. So anyways, this Little Tay girl went viral, but then she fell off. Like, no one's heard from her for like a couple years now. And everyone's not necessarily been wondering, but, you know, it's a little weird when someone so popular just kind of falls off the end of the earth. Today, there was breaking news earlier this morning that Little Tay and her brother passed away suddenly. Now, obviously, there was a bunch of speculations on what happened, how it happened, why they both died, how did they both die, whatever. So then everyone's all sad or whatever, condolences out to Little Tay and her family and whatever. But then, lo and behold, the brother's account, because Little Tay had another account called @LittleTay Instagram, and they posted, sorry, we've lost Little Tay and her brother, blah, blah, blah. So then Little Tay's brother's Instagram comes out indicating they are not dead and, in fact, are alive. And they go on this, you know, big rant about how they no longer own the rights to that Instagram account and that they're posting false information about their death or their well-being. And even Adam, shout out Adam22 on Jumper, on No Jumper, he posted as well that the Vancouver County and the Los Angeles police have no information on the death of Little Tay or her brother, nor is there any further investigation going on about the death because there's no death that has occurred. Mm-hmm. So rumors have cleared she's alive.
Until I haven't seen a video of her, so I don't know.
But do you think this is just another way how to gain clout?
It's gonna be subtle. People are gonna be like, "You're a dumbass." I don't think people follow you for that.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw this. We didn't really talk about this, but it's a good way to put it out. If you guys haven't heard, I'm sure you have. I'm more than sure. Of the Island Boys. The Island Boys is, I'm an island boy. Da-da-da-da-da. Their song went viral. Then they became idiots. Well, they were idiots, and they made all these appearances on all kinds of podcasts and shows or whatever. Ended up in jail. Recently came out as, I'm not sure they're gay because they're twins, but there was a video that went viral like a week ago where the two twin brothers were recorded making out with each other.
What does the brothers part have to do about being gay?
Well, this is, wait, what?
Like you said, they were twins. Like they can't be gay
because
they're twins.
I think it's more incest than it is gay, or is this both the same thing?
Well, no, incest is just fucking your siblings. Like a relative.
Okay, well, right. And that's where they went on that other podcast recently and said, well, we've not had any type of intercourse, so that makes it not illegal in the state of Florida, that there's no ancestry. I don't know what the right word is for that.
Just incest, I'm assuming.
Okay, but does that make them gay even though they're brothers?
Yeah. If we made out right now, we're gay.
No, that would. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
we'd be
really
gay.
know the way the gay thing works like that.
That's how it works. You kiss another man, you fuck another man.
But
anything
okay.
with another man, you're gay.
Regardless, we're not gonna get into what makes someone gay.
No, we are.
But the fact of the matter is, they posted a video, which I'm really not sure. But the whole point of me bringing this scenario up is, do you feel that's another way of gaining clout?
But look at the no, it is, but no. Even the Island Boys did it, and I still don't think they're like zooming again.
But what do you mean? Everyone's talking about them.
Yeah, but for how long?
Well, we don't know yet. They're
that's what I'm
still
saying.
talking about them.
It's been about a week, of course.
Okay, a week is still a week, and we'll see because they got on this recent podcast and they were talking about them making out or whatever, and then he goes about doing research or whatever and talks about how it's not illegal for incest in the state of Florida and that they've not had intercourse, and based off the Bible that brothers and sisters can kiss, or I'm not sure his full philosophy on that one. And then the guy's rebutted with the fact that, well, you're not even religious, and then that went on, but then he carried on about them not having intercourse or whatever. And where the hell was I going with this? What did I say? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But anyways, the fact is they're making strives to making a comeback.
But what is their end goal? Even if,
But that's the thing.
even
No
Lil
one
Tay,
has an end goal.
Like, what's Lil Tay's end goal with this
Coming
faking
back.
death?
I think when you're dealing with people such as them, like let's take the Island Boys, once you touch that clout, a lot of people don't know how to function with it. They allow it to, boost their ego. They think they're on top of the world. And there's only a selective few that establish a balance of life and fame. And it's like the Paul brothers. They were famous doing dumb stuff. And then you had like Logan Paul slip up. Jake Paul had a lot of mess ups. Somehow, some way, after all that, they could have went the Little Tay route, went off the map, whatever. But they were able to, storm the weather, and now they're pretty much prosperous from this moment on. Like, they're famous, but they know how to deal with
There's only
it.
been a few people that like got the clout, did off of stupid shit and made like a big name, like Drewski.
But Drewski's still popping.
That's what I'm saying. Because he changed his ways and became an actual comedian.
Okay.
And then like DC Young Fly, he was on Wildin' Out doing dumb shit on the internet. And now he's a big comedian too.
Okay.
So it's like you have to have that stupid shit's gonna get you so far.
Right. It's going to
until-
get you popping, and then
Again,
you
or
got to
whatever.
figure another way out.
Yeah, and these fools just got popping off a song. They fell off, and now they want to do something else.
But that's what I'm saying is it a way of getting... It's clout for now.
For now, but like, what are they like? Like I said, I don't know.
I don't know what their plan is.
I don't know how long anything like that lasts. We see it all the time. People do dumb shit. They're famous for a week or two, and then
No,
never
it's
hear about 'em
100%. I'm not here to say what they're doing.
it probably is. It probably is a clout like thing. Maybe they paid that account to fake it.
Maybe. Who knows what really the motive was? But the fact of the matter is it's just strange how these things occur and people give so much notice to.
Mm-hmm.
Like Little Tay, she's been irrelevant for years now. And all of a sudden, everyone's talking about her again. Now, I don't know if she gets any, value in the sense of like income by people talking about them. Like, I don't know that part. I'm not popular like that. So I'm not sure. But if she's getting talked about, who knows if she starts getting, oh, well, come on to No Jumper. Talk about what happened.
Yes.
Or-
I don't know. It just depends how they like maneuver after that. Like the Island Boys could just stop being gay, but build a fucking golf course, something, and be rich, whatever. Like, don't matter what the fuck they do. Like that being gay shit's gonna not just being gay, like not just that in general, just the stupid shit that people.
No,
do.
right. I just think. What do you guys think?
And I
Do
guess
you
it's
think,
not stupid. That's fucked up to say. Gay people ain't stupid, but like they're
You
active
just think it's a dumb thing to do
to get clout.
Like,
Like,
yes.
why?
Why pretend you're gay if because they're not even claiming they're gay. They're saying they still love pussy.
Or like, say we pretended to be like white men. Like, that's how long is that gonna last? Till the people are like, oh, this clout's like, what if we got famous as being white people? Like, we would have to be white people for the rest of our fucking life.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
That's how it pretty much works. Is once you endeavor yourself into an ambiance of like being white,
Or do
you
whatever,
got to commit, or people are gonna start to question like
your authenticity.
yes, they're gonna think, well, this fool's fake.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
he said he was white, but now he's Mexican
All of a
again.
sudden, yeah.
Like, oh, that fool's pretending to be gay, but yeah, he's on these podcasts saying he still gets pussy.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what I'm
oh,
saying.
that's a little weird. Like, I don't know how that works. And you're trying to justify yourself making out with your brother, but I'm like, I don't think there is a justification.
Oh,
like,
bro, you can't justify that.
Like, at that point, it's not even about your sexuality. It's more that you're just being weird, bro.
Yeah,
and you're
it's
pretty much
fucking
clout
weird.
hungry.
That's what I'm saying. How long will that last? Like, it's
I mean-
like a drug, bro. You just want it, and you'll do it. You'll kill somebody for the fucking drug.
That's pretty much what I feel like is with this situation. With now the Lil Tay thing, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about
I don't
that.
really know. I know that they mentioned in the statement when they came out and said that they were okay, that they're in a legal, situation dealing with the account and other stuff. So maybe that's true, but it's just weird. Okay, on to what's our next topic? I forgot.
It's more local. I guess it's a D1 topic.
Oh yeah, the NMSU basketball coach.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I forget his name too.
I think it's irrelevant, but he came out publicly addressing the incident of the hazing throughout the summer camp, and came out and said that he had no knowledge, no information,
He knew nothing.
he was just oblivious to this fact that the players were hazing each
Because they're
other.
not kids.
No, I was thinking high school, but they're
Yeah.
college players. They're
yeah, they're
adults.
college players.
They're college D1 athletes for doing whatever the fuck they were doing. I don't even know what kind of hazing they were doing.
I'm sure it was to some extreme if you got fired over it.
Yeah, there was-
like there had to have been something that was like pretty much unforgettable that was like said, nah, you were unworthy to coach adults.
Yep.
And so I want to give my take on this because nothing ever flares me or irritates me. Not even this situation. It just kind of got me to thinking. So many people were in the comments roasting this guy, saying, how could he's supposed to be the leader. How does he not know? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you're right to an extent. He is the leader, but he's not their dad. He's not their keeper. He's not got them in a what are they called whenever you got a bunch of like an orphanage. You're not in one of those where they're all staying in the same room. And this is my not necessarily clap back, but more of look in the mirror. If you're a parent, and I know I'm not, so roast me in the comments, I don't care. But if I were a parent, think about it. I work all day. I still come home, probably have to cook dinner or clean the house or get the kids ready for the next day of school, whatever. You're supposed to be their leader as they grow up to be 18 and eventually move out of your house and do whatever they please to do. But yet some of your kids go to school either getting bullied or bullying, taking weapons, mistreating their teachers, mistreating you, or vice versa. They're doing good. They're very respectful. Those are accolades that are accommodated for the leadership that's, presented within the home. And that's a reflection of you. But yet, sometimes these things happen to your kids, and yet you're oblivious to the fact that your kids are not good kids. You're expecting your adult kids to go and be adults in college, and you're blaming him on what your kids were probably taught doing in high school? So is it that they learned it in college, hazing, or was this something that was replicated over the course of all their sports, and yet they just got finally caught.
Yeah, because, like, you just don't do shit just, like, as an adult and think it's okay, you know?
I
Like,
mean, you do dumb stuff.
not that. Not, like,
But
crazy
even,
shit
no,
like
I think that too. But the thing is, I guarantee you none of those kids will do it again. Like, for the vast majority, they're probably going to learn their lesson.
But do you think that was their first time doing it?
No.
That's what I'm saying. As an adult, you don't just think, like, let's fucking put a broom up this fool's ass. Like,
Right.
who the fuck thinks of that?
Right. But they do it over time.
They
They
must
probably
have, like, started with a towel to the nuts or something.
yes,
And
nut
then
checking,
yeah,
and then stealing their clothes
Yes.
or stuff like that, and it led to whatever incidents happened that got the coach fired. I think it's the reversal that the parents should be the one to blame for the kids hazing. How is it that we're gonna say that it's all his fault? We're supposed to say, oh, well, Coach so-and-so, it's your fault that all these 15 kids that are on the team are hazing each other and you're going to have to pay for it. Wouldn't you rather teach those kids, young adults, however you want to phrase it, a lesson and either suspend those kids or completely remove them from the program? I would rather see that. As a student of NMSU, I'd rather know that I don't have bullies on campus
potential sexual assault.
Yeah, potential, whatever it is. I don't know what the hazing
you never
consisted
know.
of.
You just never know what hazing.
But
like.
whatever it was, to whatever extent, now I have to attend school, and if I see one of these guys, well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I dare you to try to haze me, boy. I'm not a little 19, 20-year-old little boy. And you might be taller than me or whatever because you're a basketball player, but that's not the point. Because I'm just thinking, why is it that they're going to be, are they allowed to still play?
I hadn't heard no one that got. I only know like one guy that left, but he left on his own. Like
he left the program because of the incident,
Yeah.
and he was like, I'd rather remove myself than be a part of what's going on here,
Yeah, so
which is a smart move. If he had nothing to do with
he was
it,
a red shirt freshman last year.
okay.
So I know that guy left, but I don't know where he went.
But it's still just
I
like,
don't know any
if
players.
any of those players got suspended, rightfully so. But what is the message you're sending, NMSU? Are you sending the message that, well, we tolerate hazing, we just don't tolerate non-parental supervising? We don't tolerate that. So if you're not being a parental advisor, then you're off the team.
Pretty much.
And now, whether or not he knew or he didn't know, that, I mean, how do I know? He knows. He could be lying.
If he's lying, he's a dickhead for lying. Like,
I don't-
be a man and man. You're a grown man. Man up. Just be like,
Now, I can't defend him on that part. Whether he knows or didn't know, I don't know. But
I don't think he knew. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't think he knew. Because
this goes back to the clout thing. He could be lying to try to set himself up for another job.
yeah, maybe, but at the same time, as a coach, I think if you knew that was happening, I don't think you're gonna allow. Like, as a 27-year-old man, I don't think if I was their coach, I knew it was happening, I wouldn't let it happen. I don't think he would have let it happen either.
No, I don't think it would have happened neither if he really truthfully knew. I guess it to me, it struck me a little bit in the sense of like, man, people are so naive. They think that their children are just God sent angels. And I'm sorry, but the vast majority of your kids are not that good. And this goes into another topic, and we're just going to segue right into this. I seen a post recently about a Roswell, the Roswell Youth Football League, where I guess teams are stacking for like travel teams, and they're still playing the same team in this like league. And parents are feeling like it's unfair because these travel teams are stacked. So they're just essentially going in and just whipping everybody's ass.
Rightfully.
And rightfully, as they should, in the sense they are the travel team. But in my defense, I don't really like that. And as a coach in Roswell, why would you like that? Why would you want to go beat up on your kids that the travel team's not going to have any competition. And then when you go really match up with a good team, you're going to get smoked. I've always been in the sense of this. Spread your seed, what's the word I'm thinking? Just spread the seed equally is what I'm looking for. Because think of it this way. If you have a team of 8 guys, and they're the best 8 guys, let's say, that you got on your travel team. Those are the 8 best guys in Roswell, 8, 10-year-olds.
Because they play.
Because they play constantly. Spread them on 8 different teams. Now, they're the leaders. They're gaining leadership. They're gaining the passion to win because they're going to want to beat the other 7 guys on the other 7 teams. And you're going to be amongst average athletes, and which means you got to work harder as a team. So you're going to become team friendly, and you're going to gain all this knowledge.
And one of those 8 players could lose their spot because another kid gradually leads another kid to become great, and you didn't even know this kid was fast as fuck,
Yes, because it's very hard when you're on a bad team to shine.
Unless it's basketball. If it's basketball, you can.
Kind of.
But
even then, though, because if a team sees that you're the best, they're probably going to put their best player on you.
Yeah, but in football, it's definitely harder to...
It's a team sport.
Yeah, it's very
But
hard.
that's my take is like, come on, Roswell coaches. But I'll say this, and this is, I don't care if you get offended. Frankly, I don't give a fuck. Coaches that I see that are in Roswell, no offense, but you guys weren't athletes growing up. And it shows, because if you're willing to take advantage of other people's honest money for paying for their children to be in a league that they're just getting demolished on, that's shame on you, because you would think you would want, again, your players to grow. And again, that gives you opportunity to allow other teams to be involved. If you're so worried about your travel team, what does a little Roswell league matter to you?
Yeah, because you even see it in the Roswell football leagues that they put out. They don't have a stacked one flag football adult team. They throw everybody on a different team.
And this is an attest to what's actually occurring now. Baseball Little League has started. Now, I would say play baseball essentially the same way. Spread the seed equally. Now, allow every kid to be either drafted or whatever. That's how we used to do it back in the day. We would go through drafts. It was kind of dope. You'd have like a combine, and you'd get drafted by coaches and stuff. And then those guys would pick you up, and you'd be on a team, and either y'all were going to be pretty good or whatever. Needless to say, so baseball the same way. But I'm not going to lie. If I'm Roswell and I'm New Nopt or I'm Lions Hondo, or at the time whenever it existed, Eastside Little League, have your league equal. And then when it comes to All-Stars, that is your team that represents you. Pick your best players, pick your best pitchers, best third basemen, outfielders, bring them all in on one team. Let them earn it throughout the season. And then that's when you become an all-star team and travel.
That's true, because, when I was playing, there was a lot of players on our team that was really good, but we sucked. We were just ass. There was 5 good players. And the
but
rest
imagine
of us
if those 5 got with the other 6, 7 teams, 5 best players.
Well, we wouldn't even score.
What do you mean?
If they're all on one team? And
No. Not during the league. Not during the league.
I was like,
no, during the league, keep it like it was. Keep it as even as
possible. Well, they were
possible.
pretty good. When they play Lions Hondo them and All-Stars, they were a pretty decent team.
But once the season's over, you've had a playoff and a World Series, and the little A's win, and kumbaya all amongst the entire league's happy.
Yeah.
That's when All-Stars start. And you're like, hey, remember so-and-so on the Yankees? Bring him. Oh, yeah, this guy on the Reds, bring him in. Oh, these 2 guys, they were good first and second base. Bring them on. All-Star team. Boom. Now it's Eastside, Lions, Hondo, New Noptavis. Throw down for the city championship. Then you go to your regions and your states, and someone's going to represent, but you're going to have the best. And that's when it matters. But it's not fair that parents are going to go and put their kids in $100 worth of sports equipment and shoes and all this stuff. And for what?
At that point, you're probably going to force parents to go to another league, and you're going to lose the RYFL. Because
either another league, or they're just going to stop putting their kids in that sport.
That's what I'm saying. And then you're going to be like, fuck, my travel team don't have no one to play now.
Yeah, because you're going to have 6 kids or 8 kids, however many travel, and they're going to be playing what against themselves. And that's all I'm saying is this is the quote of the day. Success would not feel as good without failure. Because if you were always good, you would never know what really good was because you would never know what it felt like to fail.
Yeah, because you're probably going to get in those kids' head like, oh, y'all are the best. And then so be it. They get beat by, say, an Albuquerque team. Now they're demolished. Like
they're like, what happened, coach? Oh, your coach is a dumbass. Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, it goes to show the ignorance that they have in that league. Because, and I know people are going to probably roast me. Well, why don't you become a coach? Frankly, if I'm being honest, I just don't have the patience for people like that. Like, I'm not that guy that's just going to sit around and say, oh, well, hey, you're doing good, kid. Here's a participation award. I'm not that guy. I'm going to tell you straight up how the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like we were talking the other day. We were talking about how Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills is upset with Josh Allen when he's literally the second most targeted in the last 5 years as wide receivers go, only behind Devontae Adams. And he's mad in the playoff game. And we're thinking, well, it's the playoff game. There's only one dude you should be going to. It's like if Matt Cedillo and myself, we're in the championship, who is I going to? I'm going to Cedillo. He's my best player. That's not a knock on any of my other players.
But I don't think, even if Stephon Diggs and them win, I don't think he cares about touches. As long as he's fucking winning.
No, he cares. Well, yes, you're right. If they win, he cares.
If he gets a little bit of catch, he's like, fuck,
but
we won.
He knows if the game is close, why aren't you going to me? I could be triple coverage. And that's the same thing. Like I said, I'm not going to throw it at Cedillo if he's triple coverage. There's 2-3 other guys probably open.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to who's open. But if there's a play, my first initial look, and it's not because I don't like the other players or they're not as good as Cedillo. It's because Cedillo and I have played long enough that we have chemistry that I haven't played in 2 years, and I was still hitting him. It was like, oh, we haven't missed a beat. We're just so locked in. It's so easy to go to him. It's like, why not? Freddie got his. He scored like twice in the championship. So it's not like there's favoritism. It's about establishing good players. If you want these kids to be good someday, then you have to be good yourself in adapting to your element. These coaches aren't in their element because they weren't players. Why do you think in like MLB, you see a lot more players becoming managers? Because they're a part of it. They understand how rotations work, how this works, how that works.
Yeah, because if you look, a lot of the batting coaches aren't just regular batting coaches. You'll see Mark McGwire out there. Barry Bonds is probably out. I don't know. I'm just
Ken Griffey.
I know Griffey is out there for sure.
You're getting the guys that know how to do the job.
And then like basketball players, you see a lot of Tim Duncan's on the bench. Like he's not a like affiliate, but he'd be out there in the practices.
But you look at NFL. Byron Leftwich's offensive coordinator. Kellen Moore's the offensive coordinator. Vrabel's a defensive coach, and he runs a badass defense in Tennessee. Look at
Jason Garrett was a quarterback, and he played.
Yes.
He coached. He wasn't the best, but
But that's what I'm saying is when you get a guy.
But that shows he wasn't the best QB neither, and he tried to be a coach.
Either was Kellen Moore. He was a backup, but yet I'm telling you now. I'm not gonna say it yet. I'll say it when we do a football podcast. But anyways, the thing is that's where you have to be. You can get these no Joe Blows out of thin air because they're willing, but because they're willing doesn't make them good.
You know who's a great example? It's proven now. It's good. I think it's gonna be proven this year. Deion fucking Sanders.
That's true.
Deion fucking Sanders is a damn good coach because he was the best fucking player on the field.
But he, even in the sense of, he went in there and said one thing: if you guys don't want to be here, then get out of here because most of y'all suck anyways. And most of them have transferred, but it's because he's not lying.
No, he's not lying.
Why would he want to have bad players? Why would anyone want to have bad players? Nobody wants bad players.
Nope.
But when you're intentionally lowering self-esteem, which is essentially the way I see it, you're out there lowering the egos and confidence of these children that literally have no chance against your travel team. No chance. And you're okay with that. And it's so sad because it's like, well, maybe they're not good at football, but maybe there's a way to teach them value, although they're not the best. Because just because they're not that good. If they had another good player from your travel team, maybe that guy teaches him something and maybe he becomes good or uses that for later on in his life in a career that maybe it pays off.
So my question is, you played youth football, baseball, basketball. Was there anything a coach taught you that you are anything like back then that you like, oh yeah, like maybe he taught you hard work pays off or shit,
hustle,
the simple shit.
I'll say this, Dude Barola was a very good coach. As much as I got on his nerves, shout out, dude. He taught me that hustle pays off because I wasn't tall. I wasn't fast. I wasn't strong. I wasn't big. But I hustled. I would get a lot of charges. Like, I would just set myself up and I'd get charges. I could score. I could shoot. I mean, even then, even like, I know this might even sound weird that I'm even saying this, but Fabian Acosta's dad, Alonzo, taught me a lot of stuff in being a quarterback. He would vouch for me all the time to be the quarterback at Roswell High. All the time. With Andrew Aho, Andrew Jolliffe ahead of me, he always said, why don't they just put Joel out there? And when I would play second, because I would always play second team, so I'd run second team offense all the time, scorching the first team defense all the time. And he was the one, he coached us, I think, was it my senior year or maybe it was my junior or sophomore year. I don't remember. But he would tell me, he's like, just keep doing you, man. Like, just do what you're doing. You're going to be good one day. I never ended up being good one day. Maybe I did say, breaking news, I'm going to go walk on to the spring training tryouts for NMSU and see what I can do. Just try my last year, just see what's up. Maybe I make it on the team. I won't be a backup, though. I'm either starting or I'm not going to play. I'm not going to sit on the sideline like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as a kid, you learned all these, like, great values, and now these kids are getting trampled on, and, like, what are they supposed to learn? That life ain't fair, I guess?
No, that's the thing, because like I said, back then, it was equal opportunity. We would be put in drafts. It wasn't because I knew so-and-so or Vincent Oaxaca's dad was the coach, draft me. I've been on your team since I was 8 years old. It wasn't like that. It was like, oh, you're moving up divisions, we're drafting. You're going to go out there and you're going to be put through a combine, and whoever, you're going to be selected like in a row. It was crazy. You were drafted. And
Did you know when you were drafted, or you just knew what team you were on?
What do you mean?
Like, say,
no, they would draft you right then and there.
Oh, that's fucking intimidating.
So you would do a combine.
So a motherfucker would be picked last?
Well, yeah, someone has
to be. In front of everybody?
Well, hey,
so everybody knew you were the sorriest nigga?
Well, we wouldn't say they're the sorriest, but...
No, yeah, motherfucker, you last.
I mean, yeah, I guess
there's no one going undrafted, so
Nikolai Jokic got drafted last in the All-Star game.
Hey, that was just being hate. Them niggas are haters.
I'm just saying, yes, you're right. We would get drafted however they would draft you.
In front of everybody. And
everybody.
Motherfuckers like,
you're last.
You're fucking last? You fucking suck. Yeah, it's going to find clown this fool.
I mean, I don't even know if I know who was last because I really.
You have a good guess.
No, I honestly don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you because to me, I was worried about me.
When did you get drafted?
Early, like top 5.
That's what's up.
But that's how it went. Like, you just get drafted and you're just, it feels good. It's like, oh, and I was a quarterback. So it was kind of easier, too, for me because there was always a position. Yeah. It's like, oh, you're a quarterback? You're in. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely in. It was just one of those things. It was cool, but that's what I'm saying is, how much more excited would a kid be to be on a team that at least wins a couple times? Like, they beat another sucky team, but then that sucky team beats them next time. Like, that's cool.
Because we've all been on teams where there's that kid that, like, don't know the game and he fucking sucks, but he just wants to be on the team.
I did that. Okay, so this is another Coach Hart. Shout out Coach Hart from my freshman year, I think. It was my freshman year. So Coach Cooper hated my guts, so he didn't let me play freshman basketball. So he put me on the C team. So I was with like other sophomores and stuff. But there was 2 other kids that came with me, but it's because they sucked. And I was kind of pissed because I'm like, I don't fucking suck. But whatever. So I was a starter. I ended up being a starter my freshman year on the sophomore team. And so there was this kid. Shout out Omar Vasquez. If you are watching by some chance, I still talk to him on occasions, not regularly or nothing.
That's
But-
your best friend, fool.
No.
Omar Vasquez, that's your boy.
We used to talk. I can't say the jokes we used to call this fool, but we'll just leave it at that.
You can say it. There's no
Anyway,
cancel no
so
more.
he sucked, and he'll probably even vouch. He was not good. Okay, he was horrible. Couldn't even make a layup if no one was guarding him. So
You're lying.
I'm not capping in the slightest bit.
there's no way
Omar, if you happen to be watching this, dog, comment that. Just say no cap. I sucked or something. I don't know.
Who's the varsity coach? What's his name?
Coach Cooper?
Yeah, that was the last name, right?
Coach, yeah.
That fool's son sucked.
Brett?
That fool's son sucked. He was that way, like in high school.
Oh, okay, I
like,
see what you're saying.
He was horrible. He was the guy that would sucked.
Okay, so he sucked. But I was a starter, so I had a little bit of like pull. So I was like, we're not that good either. Like, we're better than our bench, but we're not like smoking fucking teams, right? So one game, I think we're clapping cheeks. Like, I don't know who we're even. I think we're playing like Ruidoso in Roswell. And so we're clapping, and I'm like, yo, coach, like, let Omar in. And he's like, for you? I'm like, no, let him come in with me. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I want him to score. And this was like probably midway to the end of the season by this time.
This always happens to that sucky kid.
Yes,
Everybody's
yes.
chanting his
I'm
name
like,
and shit.
yo, let him in. And they're like, he's like, all right. So he lets him in, dog. He comes in. He's hyped. He's ready. I'm like, yo, dog.
nigga's shoes
Just
aren't tied,
anytime I grab the board or we're passing in, just sprint to the basket. I'm gonna pass you the ball. You're gonna make a layup. He's like nervous.
He's
He's like,
fucking
nah. Like,
sweaty.
it's like I spoke a different language when I said this shit. So he's like tripping, and I'm like, just do it. So he's like, all right. So I get it, and I get him, and he doesn't cut. So he's at the three. So he shoots the three and airballs it. I'm like, damn boy, like, come on, my dog. I'm like, cut, bro. Like, let's make it as simple as possible. So then the next time he comes, but he only goes halfway, so he shoots like a mid. Fucking airballs it. I'm like, dog, I'm going to get you fucking open, all right? Like, this is going to happen. So then on the next play, I'm not lying to you. I'm like, just go stand under the fucking basket, all right? And I'm going to get you the ball. He's like, okay. So I wait for him to, and at this time we didn't have shot clocks. We didn't know shot clocks in high school.
Yeah.
So he sits, and I don't even think 3 seconds.
You just
was,
had the 10 like above the
basically.
3-point
So
line or
what
some
I
shit,
did
yeah.
was he's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, he's in the position. I just dribble and dribble and dribble and dribble and dribble like who does that? Steph Curry
Yeah,
or
Steve Nash does-
Steve Nash
Steve
did
Nash
it.
used
So
to do
I
it
would just
too.
dribble until people were like
Chris
kind
Paul
of
does it
just
too.
going towards me, like they're just gravitating towards me, and I knew he was open. I threw it to him. I'm like, this is his chance. He made it.
Oh.
He made it, dog, and he scored it. He was so happy, dog. He was so happy. So I know that feeling of being with sucky fools.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They used to do that shit to Cooper's son. I can't remember his fucking name. It's irrelevant, I guess.
Okay.
He's fucking a genius. I think he's like a scientist or
Oh,
something.
that's what's up,
He's
then.
fucking smart fucker.
But see, that's what I'm saying. He probably learned something from playing basketball. Like, he probably learned most sports ain't my shit.
yeah, he's like, fuck this, dude. Like, I think he played tennis, too. I think he was good at tennis.
Oh, okay.
But he was tall as fuck, so made sense. But yeah, they did that, like, I think their, like, championship game or, like, the one before championship. They were playing, and they were just the crowd started chanting that motherfucker's name, got him in. And I don't remember who passed it to him. Caesar, Matt, or Markel passed it to him, and he made a layup, and it fucking looked like he was going to cry.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's like-
saying. That's how Omar was. He was so happy. Like, I remember because he used to have, like, not an afro, but it was, like, so curly it kind of looked like a fro. He was just, like, it was all bouncing. I remember that moment like no other moment, bro. And it was just, like, even for people that are good at a sport, they share that energy.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a wholesome feeling that I guarantee you, if you guys would just allow other kids to participate, like, who knows the moment you're gonna experience.
Because say Joe Blow's the best player on your eight-man travel team. He goes on another team, and he knows that he's the best, but he can help another kid, like, say, like Omar. you know how much gratitude and affection and like happiness he's gonna get for making this guy.
That's
score
how
touchdowns?
best friends are made.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, damn, boy, that's my best
That's
friend.
what I'm saying. Me and Matt are best friends, and he's the athletic one, and I'm not. It's like we're the total opposites.
That's what I'm saying, dog. It's just moments like that that last a lifetime. And what better as a parent? I would think you would want, because I'm assuming these coaches are parents. As a parent, I would assume that you would want your kids to have lifelong memories.
like morals and shit. After,
Well,
like,
yeah, that too.
Pretty much, like you're pretty much putting him in a situation where he has to grow up in front of these other kids because these other kids aren't really knowing what the fuck they're doing.
And what if these kids on the travel team don't even like each other?
That's facts. Because I've been on teams where I didn't like motherfuckers neither.
Yeah, you're just like, "Dad, these motherfuckers
Like,
suck."
I'll throw this fucking glove off. We throw the fucking hands, boy.
For real. So it's just like, I don't know.
Like,
I
you
don't
like you on
even
the
know
fucking
why
team.
we got into that really. I don't remember
we were
what.
talking about hazing and shit about.
Oh,
and
hazing.
then why we kind of you went off about.
Yeah,
guys and coaches
but
to get
that's
mad
the
at them.
thing though, man. Is
They're
like
mad angry with those fools.
not mad angry, but I'm just like
This fool's
it's
crying a
not.
river.
It's
He's like, "Fuck them
not
fucking-"
rocket science, man.
Fuck
Like you're
them
from a
fucking
small
coaches.
town as it is. It's like get it together a little bit. So I don't know, just do your best, I guess. If you're willing to be a coach, shout out to you because I know Roswell has like a shortage of. I was gonna say dads, but coaches.
No, dads too, motherfucker. Hey,
Because I just feel like
instead of coaching, motherfucker, you better start fathering, boy.
you better be. What is it? Says that father better start fathering. Bro, I don't know. I just feel like how are you sure these kids are coming from somewhere?
Alien babies, huh?
Alien babies. I don't know, man. Maybe that was a low blow. I don't give a fuck. Come for me, boy.
Because if I had a kid, I would definitely be fathering.
Yeah, I would probably
He'd be
be their
standing right
coach.
here just looking
Honestly, I
homeless.
would prefer a daughter because a boy, I'm gonna be fucking on his ass about being good, and if he's not, I'm gonna punch him in his throat. Anyways, what was our last topic?
That was the last one, the NMSU shit. But before we head off, I got a little shout out to Paul Wall. He's opening up a dispensary. The only it's not the dispensary part that I'm shouting out. It's shout out. He said he's gonna be wearing his Alex Bregman jersey because he's going to Albuquerque, New Mexico to open up a smoke shop.
Oh damn!
Like a dispensary. He's like, shout out my boy Alex Bregman from the Houston Astros. I was like, that's my dog.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out Paul Wall.
Paul Wall used to listen to you, man, back in the day. You and Chameleonaire, Chopped and Screwed. Man, slow motion. Or not slow motion. What is it called? Riding Slow, I think it is called. I don't remember. I think it's Riding Slow, though. That song fucking used to bump back in the day. But, yeah, that's dope. Shout out the Astros. For anybody that's a Texas Ranger fan, I feel
Fuck
bad
you.
for you.
Anthony.
Because we're coming for you, boy. Like, just put it this way. I ain't going to go into a big rant, but pretty much the inevitable's happening. We're about to be back-to-back champs.
Uh-huh.
Ain't nothing you can do. We are the best.
Yo, shout out.
Like-
shout out Astros. Shout
like-
out Paul Wall.
We got everything we need right now. We're healthy. We're getting on track. JV just came back.
Hey, shout out my boy Verlander.
We're yeah, it's done for the league.
What's
Everyone
his
else.
name? Is it Kate Upton?
Yeah, Kate Upton.
Kate Upton's about to go crazy again in the stands.
Hey man, whatever it takes to win another series, back to back would be lit.
That'd be crazy.
That would be too lit. So, shout out Houston. Shout out Paul Wall. Shout out all you guys out there that are still riding with us, man. I appreciate it. I think we're going to change up a little bit of the podcasting. We're going to do more podcasts, shorter videos, more videos. And I think for the most part, I'm going to do my best. Be prepared for like Undiscovered to start undiscovering again.
And if you see me with the fucking metal chair, you better stay your ass back. That's all I gotta say.
All right, guys. Till next time, we're at the Bear Bros. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.